7, so that you don't crap out. You have to learn how to save at this level different than you saved at this level. Remember, in the beginning, you're creating income for the first time. For the very first time here, you might have gone from $0 to $1,800. I remember when I saved my first $8,000, I was like, oh my gosh, I have $8,000. Gene, the salesperson that worked with me, he also saved $8,000. Gene went and blew his $8,000 and had to start over again from 0. I didn't. What did I do with mine? I invested it in myself, only myself. Remember the 3 feet? Early on, there is no money to invest. By the time you create multiple flows of income and then start working on increasing those flows of income, sooner or later, you're going to look up with time. At some point, you're going to look up. If you have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 flows of income coming in, and you could, by the way, even while you're going to college, if you get creative. At no other time in the history of the planet has it been easier for you, regardless of your age or location or how much money you have, to create multiple flows of income by using the internet. All right? So let's say we got some money saved right now. Let's say I got $80,000 saved, or $180,000, or $250,000, whatever the number is. Is that different than where you were here? Are you going to be tempted now? Okay, let me just explain to you and define the word save. I look up all my words, okay? Save, to keep safe. To rescue, okay? See, the reason you create wealth is not so you can tell people I'm worth $1 billion or $100 million or $10 million. I'm a millionaire. No millionaire walks around, I'm a millionaire, look at me. Oh, I got the big M. First of all, it's nothing to even brag about. You're like still worried every second of every day about money. $1 million is basically enough money to put you into anxiety, okay? 10 million, you're like, I might be all right here, okay? 100 million, like, okay, almost nothing matters. I can make some big plays here. You're waiting for catastrophes to happen so you can, like, literally fly in and seize the opportunity. The point of that is this: depending on where you are in the wealth accumulation, puts you in a different situation with what you can do when you look at saving. All right? $180,000 does not put you in safety, to keep safe. 180 could be wiped out. With one scare of cancer, you could be completely wiped out. I know people that have gone through 400 grand because their health care that they thought was going to cover them did not cover for that particular situation. All right? So to keep safe, to rescue. I want to be safe. I want money so that I create enough. I got enough, what are they called on a ship? The things that drop over if the ship's going down.
Lifeboats.
Lifeboats. I want enough lifeboats in case one gets stuck or too many people get in one lifeboat or that side of the ship goes down, there's another lifeboat to get me off. That's the purpose of money, man. To save, to make safe your family and your future and the existence that you want. So at this point, what are you doing? Okay, first of all, I would tell you this. The rule of thumb is you're not going to make any investments. You're not moving to this until you have 100 grand put away. Don't even consider it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Don't do anything. And you might want to wait till long after 100 grand. I did, and it worked for me. Where can you keep that money safe? First thing is you need to have the intention that these accounts are sacred. It could be checking. It could be a money market. Money market basically is an account that you can't trade more than 5 times in a month. You can't write a check out of it more than 4 or 5 times in a month, and it might pay you a little more than a checking account. Maybe it's in a savings account, okay, where you have no limited restriction how many times you can write checks. But the reality is I don't want to write checks out of this account. So I like the money market with even a limitation of 1 or 2 checks per month. That means I cannot write more than 1 or 2 checks out of that account. ATMs, I've never used one in my life. Credit cards, I use them constantly. Why? I want to activate my expenditures and I get a statement every month so I see what I'm spending because I don't want to change what got me here. Okay? I don't want to change anything that got me here. What happens is the guy puts 100 grand away and thinks he needs to buy a car. Did buying a new luxury car, whether it's German or made in America, okay, or even if Mr. Tesla made it, Mr. Muskie, okay? Regardless of whether it's electric, gas, 8-cylinder or 12-cylinder, did that get you to that point? Right? Did the Rolex get you to that point? Did the Hublot get you to that point, okay? Did the fake watch get you? What got you there? A new pair of shoes? No. Man, this is what got you there. Why change anything right now? Why don't you just keep doing what you've been doing because it's working? Why does everybody feel like once they get a little bit of money in the bank, oh my God, I got to celebrate? Dude, you're still broke. Okay? You got 3 or 4 or 5 flows of income coming in. Economy could change, shift, okay? Entire industries have been taken down. How do you know what's going to happen? I know this, change is coming, okay? So your 5 flows could go to 3 flows tomorrow. Now where are you at? You want to spend that money? Okay? You could put that money in bonds. You could put it in the stock market. You could buy a mutual fund. You could invest it in a KEO. The truth is that money gets trapped when you do that. I wouldn't do any of those things right now. Okay? Because when I make my investment, I want this investment to be so sure, such a guaranteed thing, that it basically creates more flows of income. Now, when I invest, I need a lot of money to do that. I think it takes courage to make money. It doesn't take money to make money. I know people with money that don't have the courage to use the money. So, for instance, when I was here, my first investment, I had over $1 million sitting in an account. Can I put some of it at risk now? At this point right here, I had $1 million in multiple bank accounts and my living standards had not changed. The next thing I did was went and bought a house. I bought a house. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I got seduced into it. I needed to have the house and I got trapped in that one location. I shouldn't have bought that house. At this point, you should not be buying homes. You should not buy anything that does not spit more income out. Okay? Everything should spit more income back at you, even if it's a drip. Okay, 1% from the bank on $1 million is better than you having $1 million in a house. Because I have the money. Why? Because I want to take that money and I want to make my first real investment. Right down here. What did I invest in over here? Right here, I'm investing in what here? Nothing within about 3 feet of me. Everything's close, 6 feet, maybe 18 feet, maybe 20 feet. Everything is symbiotic. Everything is parallel. Everything is close by. I can touch and control it. When you make this the next investment, it's going to be something way out of reach. That means you need a lot of money right here, okay? Now, I don't know what that number is for you. I don't know how lucky you're going to get. I've never been a lucky guy. Okay, I've never had a tremendous amount of courage. So because I've never been lucky and because it feels like I have to work harder than I have to work, it feels like I have to work harder than most people do. If you can relate to that, okay, don't say amen because it's nothing to be amening, all right? It's the way you think. Because I think like that, because I create this belief that I got to overwork the situation, I was extremely conservative. Could I have done some other things sooner? Maybe, okay? But I know this. When I made my first investment, my first big investment, I'll be talking about this in the next segment, giving you some ideas about things you could invest in. I used 1/3. There was basically 3 investments first. First, the house. That was stupid, ridiculous, okay? I put $150,000 into a house. Boop, money's gone. I don't even call it an investment. It was stupid. It was dead money. It sits there. I can't touch it, can't get to it. What is the purpose of money? To create more money. Not to buy a house. That was stupid. I should have rented the place, okay? The second investment will be $50,000 that I gave to a guy, Scott Morgan, a partner that came to me, said, hey, I want to create a business with you. Out of the company you run right now, it's going to be symbiotic. You've heard me talk about this. It's a parallel company. I said, look, I'll lend you $50,000 to start the company. You got to pay me back in 90 days. And that company has made me money for over almost 20 years now. That was the second investment. It's only $50,000. It wasn't a big deal. And I got paid back, okay? The third investment, if you count the house as one, which was just stupid. The third one, and I know some of you are going to be writing me right now, dude, is a house a bad deal? Absolutely one of the worst things you could ever put money in is a house, okay? The third investment I made, and I talked about this probably in the Millionaire Mindset, was a $350,000 investment in an apartment deal, in a multiplex, in multiple flows. In 48 units in Vista, California, I put $350,000 down on a deal that cost me almost $2 million. I had a loan of $1.6 million. The property paid, now remember, this is an out of distance. Now I'm miles and miles away from Grant. Okay, I'm a county away. Actually, I'm in San Diego County. This is in Vista, and I'm making an investment in a piece of property for the first time. Why do I tell you all that? I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you that to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to start close to you. If you can't control your own environment, okay? If you can't control your own environment, if you can't control a little bit of money, put it in a bank and make sure it stays there, and then start controlling the income coming into you, okay? If you can't control that, how are you going to control a county away, a state away, a country away? So you got to take this in increments so that one day you can get this in surges, okay? Save, okay? Here's your target, 100 grand. No less than 100 grand. Number 2, you need to save that money, and while you're doing that, save all the time and energy you're using to start doing homework on what you're going to be invested in. Because when you make the next swing, it's going to be a sure thing. It's not like you're going up there with your eyes closed. Oh, I hope I hit it out of the park, okay? No. When we make that next move, that money is going to be for sure, a for sure deal, a guaranteed deal. And in the next segment, I'll be giving you some ideas about what you can do so that you save this money. Don't spend it on watches and cars and garbage. And the reason people do that is because they don't know what they're going to invest in, okay? Why? I got to buy something, man. I got all this money. You know why you do that? Because you don't know what you're going to do with the money. All your time, all your energy, all your resources, all your time off should be in homework right now. Prepping, getting ready, learning, studying. Let's go invest some money.